Goofball. You gotta count to 28 again? Oh, okay. Thanks. Count to 28. Count? Those are just some clips of our vacation, the beginning of our vacation to the cruise. We took a cruise to Bermuda, and that was our ride. That was us going to, we stopped in Baltimore, that's where our cruise left out of, and that was our hotel room right there. Like I said, our ride to Baltimore, and then the hotel room there in downtown Baltimore, and yeah, and again, I like to insert, you know, my life a little bit into the videos, but here we go with the rest of the video. Cheers. Oh yeah. So what's going on, everybody? I hope everybody's out there doing good. Hope you guys are all staying safe. I don't know what the weather's like where you guys are, but right now where I'm at, for a change, all weekend it's actually been really nice. So I can't complain. I guess I'm just kind of making this video right now. I haven't really mentioned it much. Obviously, I haven't been on here much. I just want to go ahead and thank you to all of my subscribers on here. I enjoy making the content, even though I haven't been doing it much lately. But hopefully I can start doing it more. You know, I had somebody comment on a video, and you know, I definitely appreciated their constructive criticism. I really did. You know, they were saying that I shouldn't, like, in my last video, you know, it was about my day, and my day started at home and ended in the truck. So, you know, I started in the morning at the gym, you know, then I was talking a little bit about the new top that I bought for my Jeep, just in passing, and then I, you know, got in my truck, and I talked about the updates on my Freightliner. The criticism was that I should make 3 separate videos instead of one long video with all of with everything that I had in that video. I should, you know, have broken that into 3 different videos, and it would have been more enjoyable for him personally. And I respect that opinion, I really do, but I enjoy making the longer videos. I enjoy editing. I mean, my editing might not be the best, but you know, I enjoy getting creative and learning new ways. And with the really short 3, 4, 5 minute videos, you know, you don't really put that into practice as much. And again, I like to talk about the day. I don't really like, you know, so whatever happens during that day is what I like to talk about. You know, I realize I'm called the Friendly Grumpy Trucker, and it kind of seems like there's a theme going around where everybody wants to get away from the trucker name on YouTube so that they can be more universal about their day. And I kind of feel that. I kind of understand why, because, you know, trucking is our job. But for those of us that do have a home life, you know, there's going to be more to it than just trucking. And here's why I make the longer videos of the whole day, and here's why I construct them the way that I do, instead of breaking them into 3 separate categories. Anybody that wants to come into one of our spaces, one of our channels, and see what we go through during our days, I want them to be able to see exactly what the truck driver goes through. You know, I want them to see that we have more to us than simply holding the steering wheel, driving down the road. You know, I want them to see that we have loving families at home, that we have a reason that we're out here other than simply a passion or whatever, you know, that we're doing this for our families. And that, you know, some of us have hobbies at home. A lot of truck drivers, you know, they ride motorcycles. I don't have one yet. That's one of the areas that I'm trying to convince my wife that it would be okay. She doesn't want me to get a motorcycle, but I'd love to have one. you know, she thinks that they're way too dangerous, which they are. I'm not gonna lie. But you know, she just, you know, that's one area where she's like putting a stop. You know, she doesn't want me to get a motorcycle. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Sorry if it's kind of loud. The reefer is running right next to me, as you can see, and I gave my keys to the filler inside as I get loaded. But anyway, I like people to see what we do. I like people to see, you know, again, who we are as people on a daily basis. You know, some of the drivers on here, they're out on the road for, you know, weeks or even months at a time. So that's literally all they see is behind the wheel, be it a live stream or whatever. That's all they see. That's all they think that we are drivers. But, you know, we're so much more than that, because the problem is the general public doesn't understand. You know, they just don't understand. They come into, you know, like, they hear the worst of the worst about trucking. And, you know, when there's an accident involving a truck, it's always the truck driver's fault, right? Even if it's not, it is. And so, you know, so we're portrayed as, you know, these heartless killers sometimes out here that aren't paying attention, and we have no reason to be, you know, what, I mean, I guess I'm kind of going off on a tangent, but back to the point. I feel like it's healthy for some, you know, for people that don't know trucking to see that we are family men, family women, that we, again, have a life outside of this small, confined space that we live in, you know, for days, weeks, or months at a time. And I realize that, you know, if I put it on the same channel and I break it up into 3 different videos, that they can still kind of do that. But when they see it transition throughout the day in one video, I feel like it puts it more into perspective. I feel like it hits closer to home for those people. You know, if they see it in an individual video, each individual section in its own video, then it's not going to mean as much. You know, it's just going to be like, oh, okay, this guy goes to the gym in the morning. Oh, the next video, okay, this guy has a Jeep and he likes Jeeps. Okay. Oh, okay, this guy is a truck driver. He drives his truck when he's not doing the other things. But when you see it transition throughout the day, and I, you know, kind of intermittently involve, you know, like I'll have a, you know, shot of my kids or something like that, it brings it more home for somebody that's not a truck driver. For somebody that is home every day, they can kind of see what we are leaving behind in a more personable way, if that makes any sense. So that's why I make the videos the way that I do. I do appreciate, though, the constructive criticism. I won't mention the name, but you know, he you know, like he said, he was wanting, he wanted to like my content, is what he said verbatim. He wanted to like my content, but I was making them, you know, too long, and I needed to break them up. Well, that's why I do it. You know, that's the reason that I do it, and you know, that's what I'm going to keep doing. You know, all of us that are truck drivers out here already know what we go through, so there's no point to cater to the other truck drivers. You know, I'm not trying to say that to be mean, but there isn't. You know, I'm more doing this for the people that don't understand trucking, because you see, right now the trucking niche on YouTube, it's becoming a cancer. I hate to say it, but it really is becoming a cancer on YouTube. There's so many, there's so much maliciousness going on, that anybody that types in, you know, trucking, you know, YouTube trucking or whatever, that's going to be what they see primarily, it seems like. You know, there's so much, I mean, there's a lot of good stuff too, but you know, drama always trumps. I mean, drama always gets the views. And that's what will come up, and you know, usually when you type in the search. That's, you know, you're typing it. You're going to find the most viewed and interacted with videos. And those usually are the drama-induced videos. And yeah, I enjoy watching them. I do, I'm not gonna lie. It turns the industry on YouTube into a cancer that just is spreading like wildfire. And it's nice to have positive channels. Let me go ahead and make kind of I'm gonna add kind of a caveat to what I was just saying, and I'm gonna insert this into that video. There's a difference, you know. Some of you might be saying, you know, right now, about now, that I'm saying that I don't, you know, or that I just want to portray trucking as this glorious profession, and that nothing ever goes wrong and all that stuff. You know, that's not what I'm trying to say. There's a difference between attacking other truck drivers on YouTube and turning all of that drama into views, and you know, and calling jobs like some drivers are doing, which is just absolutely absurd in my opinion. There's a difference between that kind of negativity and somebody talking about a bad day, because we do have bad days out here, and I'm not going to stray away from that. Bad days do happen out here, and it can cost a lot of money, especially as an owner-operator, when a truck driver has a bad day. So I'm not saying that, you know, I'm trying to say that bad things don't happen. I'm not going to sit here and say, you know, that, you know, it sucks to have to go into a shower and use somebody's, you know, use a shower that you have to pay for. You know, I'm not going to say that it doesn't suck to have to, you know, always use a public restroom. I'm not going to say that it doesn't suck, you know, to have to walk 200 yards from your truck to the building when it's pouring down rain in the summertime. I'm not going to say it doesn't suck to have to walk 200 yards from your truck to the building in a whiteout and, you know, a horrible snowstorm. I'm not going to say it doesn't suck to drive through the snow sometimes. I'm not going to say any of that. That's trucking. That is what it is. And there is a lot of, you know, a lot of stressful days in trucking. But that is trucking. But what's not trucking is what some of these other YouTube channels are doing, where they are, they're manufacturing drama. And, you know, it's a manufactured outrage, as I believe Joe Rogan likes to say about certain things. You know, it's just manufactured outrage is what it is. And, you know, it's just not, doesn't need to be there, you know? And so that's what I'm trying to stray away from. I'm not trying to stray away from what we deal with in trucking, be it good or bad. But what they're doing is unnecessary cancer in a lot of ways. Even though, like I said, I know they're good people, but they like the views, you know, and they, you know, they get, I understand, they get pissed off at one another, and they just, you know, whether, even if they're not doing it for the views, you know, they, you know, it's their way to keep digging at each other, you know, and then they go to such extents as to, like I said, call somebody's job, and that's bullshit, in my opinion. Even if it's a YouTuber I like, it's bullshit that you're calling their jobs. But again, now that's going to insert me into it. But I just I felt like, I was watching the video, and I felt like I needed to differentiate, yeah, between, you know, talking about a bad day in trucking and what they're doing. So, there we go. You know, I mean, you know, shit happens. I understand that. You know, and I mean, hell, yesterday I got scared because my check engine light came on. Right after I made the video saying that, you know, my truck's been a good truck, my check engine light came on and my def light started to flash at me. And it didn't need a regen. It wasn't the DPF light. It was just the little light, the little orange light beside the def gauge. Started to kind of flash at me, and then it stopped. And I had my MIL light was on, which is the malfunction indicator lamp, that remained on. The check engine light went out, but the MIL light remained on, which basically just says, hey, you had a malfunction, you know, and then if it doesn't detect that malfunction again within 3 to 5 driving cycles, then it clears out that MIL light. And it didn't have any more issues, so, you know, sometimes they have these issues where, you know, you might just hit some bad def or something like that, and it can cause that, you know. So I'm not really too worried about it right now. I mean, if it happens again. You know, it is what it is. But, you know, that's the truth of trucking. You know, sometimes shit happens. But generally, if you keep it positive, you know, things, you know, your day can be pretty good. I like to show people that. I like to show people that these videos, or that, you know, that there is positive influences out here, so to speak. It's not all negative. And, you know, and even all the guys that are, you know, into this stuff, that are, you know, that are cultivating it, I feel like they're good people, you know? I mean, they really are. They're good people, you know? They've got families, you know, they've got a job, they're doing the same, they're doing it all for their families, you know? And that makes them good people, in my opinion. And I'm not going to sit here and, you know, trash them. But the facts are that that's what people see when they type in trucking. So I like to have, you know, I like to show some positivity, you know, and if something happens, it happens, and I'll make light of it. Just like I did with the check engine light, you know. I mean, anybody who's an owner operator, when the check engine light comes on, the initial reaction when that check engine light comes on is a feeling of dread. It doesn't matter even if you have, you know, the money saved up. It's just kind of a bad feeling. But that's just what it is. But anyway, I feel like I'm kind of going on around and around right now with it. But again, you know, I think he's a subscriber. To the gentleman that made the comment, you know, I do appreciate the constructive criticism, but this is what I do. This is what I like. You know, I'm making the videos, you know, because it's something that I enjoy, and I don't want to, you know, I mean, like, if somebody has ideas of what they want me to do as far as content, you know, I'll try to do it if I, you know, when I have the time, which is why my videos have been spaced out so much, because I have very little time anymore. I enjoy making the longer videos because it puts everything more into perspective for somebody that hasn't been out here, or for somebody that simply just wants to see what trucking is like, you know. Because a lot of people, when they think of trucking, if they're not truck drivers and they don't know truck drivers, to them it's something to romanticize about, because you're paid to see the country and, you know, yada yada, and it's it's one of those things where, yeah, that's what it sounds like, but then, you know, when you actually get into it and you do it day in, day out, it becomes just like any other job. I mean, a lifestyle, don't get me wrong, trucking is a lifestyle, but at the same time, you know, as far as the basics of just simply being behind the wheel, you know, and delivering your loads, it's a job. And you know, I can't ever see myself doing anything other than this. When I'm gone for a week or so at a time, I look forward to getting back into my truck. I just do. You know, and that's because it's a lifestyle. That's because it's what I am. That's what I've become. But I'm also so many other things. And I like that to show through when I make the videos sometimes. So, you know, that's just where I stand. And that's, again, those are my justifications as to why I make longer videos. and this one's going on pretty long already too, and all it is me talking about why I make long videos. Ironically, the irony is not lost on me with this video, trust me. So anyways, I just wanted to go ahead and point that out. If you're a truck driver watching this channel, you know, I appreciate it. You know, you already know what we go through out here, and you can appreciate what I'm talking about more, even if you don't agree with the longer content, with longer videos. You can appreciate my, you know, my stance, I would imagine. But, you know, enjoy what you do. For those that are not truck drivers, if there are any non-truck drivers that are subscribed, again, I appreciate you guys too. And, you know, if my channel grows, it grows. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not here to make money off of the channel. You know, I mean, I don't even tell people to like my videos or to dislike my videos. I'll say it for this one, because this one has a purpose. So, you know, go ahead and like it, go ahead and unlike it. You know, thumbs up or thumbs down, whatever you want to do. Share it out if you want to. But I don't really care if my channel grows, to be honest. You know, if just a few people a month that are not truck drivers see any of my videos and see what we go through on a daily basis, be it at home or on the road, then I'm succeeding as far as I'm concerned. But, you know, we all have our opinions on it, so y'all have a good one out there, be safe, and we'll talk to you guys later. Take care.